You really want to have that conversation, cuz?
Yeah, bro. Let's talk about it.
Fam, like, I don't think she is.
No, do I? But I love Cardi B as a personality.
Oh, as a personality.
But do you know what? Rap now, is it more important to have personality?
That's what I was gonna say.
Or is it better to have bars? Because like we want engagement. So like there was a time I would go on Cardi B's IG just to see what she was doing next.
What she's doing, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When she was in Nigeria and stuff, that was prime time viewing.
Yeah.
That was better than like the next episode of Snowfall, fam.
Yeah,
that was like what's she doing now? And then she went in Ghana and she was moaning like it was like a drama. It was like it was like I was watching TV.
She had a belly problem.
Yeah, it was like different episodes, bro. It was like different episodes. It was entertaining as hell. Do you get what I'm saying? And so
the fact that she's way now better than Nicki. Nicki's like way better than her. Sometimes we just take the credit from their personality to the musician.
yeah, no, absolutely. But the point is Wizkid better than Davido?
In my opinion, it is. In my opinion,
wait, are we gonna revisit the conversation?
I'm just saying.
Wizkid is more like the Got Talent. To me, it's like Messi and Davido is Ronaldo. I think Davido was harder.
You say Ronaldo hasn't got talent?
No,
I get his point.
Got a lot of work in it.
Yeah,
And
true
Messi's
that, true that.
He's born.
Davido buys tunes though.
He buys tunes.
Like he buys songs like they've been written.
That's what I'm saying.
You know that if I tell you that that's a techno tune, techno wrote the whole song.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes, bro. You could Google it. Techno wrote the whole song.
Wait, so are you saying that Wizkid does not buy songs?
Allegedly, Wizkid writes all his own tunes.
That's what I'm saying.
But then this is the thing.
But David as like would say, he's even said thank you techno for the tune. He's put it on his IG before.
Yeah, but then it takes talent, right, to bring out them tunes.
You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me.
Talent,
you're not listening to me, Baba. Like somebody has got a whole catalogue of songs written by them. Somebody else, has not. That person has got some other people writing them tunes.
Yeah, I mean, I see.
You always go for the one who, but we don't.
No, but I'm not even saying. I still can't. I prefer Wizkid, innit? Yeah. But Davido always has bangers that I like.
He always has bangers.
He always has tunes that I like. But
That's very true.
do you know what I mean? I find myself just like, nah, this is a vibe.
But then this is the thing though, a lot of guys would disagree with you though. A lot of guys would say, Davido worked so hard, right?
But Wizkid works hard. What are you not talking about?
Yeah,
Wizkid, there was one time he was on every song. You know, like every
One
chorus.
time, true. At the
Every
minute,
chorus.
Is Davido.
Yeah, but there was a time in time. There was at one point.
Wizkid
Wizkid was on every rhythm going. Like he was on every single
He even
song.
said it himself that's why he's taking a little break. Like that's why he's just chilling.
Wizkid at one point had so many features. He had a song with Pato Rankin,
Everyone.
that one.
Yeah,
Everybody had a Wizkid tune.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, right? But the thing is, we always have this conversation with, we're having this conversation with...
Who's better, Burna Boy or
Shops
Wizkid
as
or
well.
Davido?
Right now.
In life.
Burna Boy.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
What do you mean life?
In general.
Like overall.
Life.
Yeah, I'll still pick Wizkid, you know.
Nah, I'll still take Burna Boy.
I'll pick Burna Boy, yeah. But for me, 100%, yeah, in terms of in life, in 10 years straight career, Wizkid has been consistent for 10 years, you know.
Well, same with Davido.
But Davido has been...
But the point is, Wizkid, as like, the videos got bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you know, some of those early Davido songs, they weren't that good.
True that.
They weren't that, let's be real. Until Madame Duro, that was the only hit for like 5 or 6 years. That was the only hit for like 6 years.
But with Wizkid,
it was consistent. It was consistent.
Wizkid came out.
He had on one album, he had like 5 tunes.
He kept
5, you know that Superstar album?
Yeah.
Every song.
Well, you know what?
Even from the intro.
Do you know the thing
My
about
music travels no visa. Ask your sister. That's the intro. That's the first line.
He killed it.
Bro, man said, the first line of the album.
But Wizkid...
Come on, man.
Do you know the thing about Wizkid? That's so funny to me.
No, Wizkid is...
Whiskey.
We got to always...
No. Do you know the funny thing about Wizkid that's so funny to me? People always go to that tune, right? But if you forget, when Wizkid was very young, he did the tune where he was in a classroom and everything, like...
I don't know that tune.
You see me, bye.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah, like, holla to
But that's
that was a banger.
No, but that's on the same album. That was on the same album.
Superstar.
Yeah, it's on the same album.
That was a banger.
No, but this is what you're proving my point. Every song on that album is a banger. I could bring up the album on Spotify right now and we could just be playing every single song. Davido, I don't even know if he had an album with Emma Damiduro. I don't know. And then he had that song with, not Lynx, what's his name? Nato C.
Nato C, yeah.
Back in the day, though. Dead, man.
Yo, but I can't go as far as to say.
Meaty.
No,
that was a good
No, I understand what you're about to say, yeah, but I can't go as far.
No, you are making me turn on my phone. Let's do podcast. Let's do podcast. I'm getting distracted. Let's do podcast. Let's do podcast.
Listen, the podcast I've started already.
Oh, you man, let's do
You know what I'm
podcast.
saying? Because at the end of the day, right, I can't go as far as to say that Davido is not talented.
No one said he's not talented. Imagine, I'm comparing him. I'm saying he's part of the only trinity of Afrobeat. Yeah, I'm comparing him to Wizkid and Burna Boy. I'm not saying he's not talented. What I'm saying is, who is the most talented?
I would say Burna Boy.
I think because we're westernized, yeah, and we live in England, yeah. Burna Boy, yeah. Have you been to Lagos and seen Wizkid perform?
No,
boys are throwing off their clothes, man.
That's true.
Boys are like, that's like their god. Boys
When
are
you say talent, you don't just mean whose music is banking at the minute. Like you said, who's been consistent over the
No,
last
if you're
few
saying
years.
who's the legend, who's the two legends out of all of them, I would say personally, I would go for maybe Wizkid consistently, right? Since like obviously his first album, 2011, this album, like I keep saying, it's got No Lele, Scattered on Floor, Pakuruma, like he's got even I love my baby, that's my baby. Sheboluwaloni.
No, that was a banger.
My name. Hey, I don't do tease me. Oh my gosh, stop it.
Talent-wise, I just feel like Wizkid, is way better. But then, I'm not gonna take.
No, but I'll be real. You know what? Burna Boy is just grown and grown. Burna Boy is
grown. Like
Burna Boy is.
He worked really hard.
Listen, I love Burna Boy. I probably listen to him more than any of the others. Yeah, like he's just grown and grown. But I just feel like for me, in terms of like who's my favorite, will be out of him and Wizkid, and it will be tight. But I think we always in London, in England, pick Burna Boy. Because he's like more London. So we always go for him. I feel like we always go for... When he was talking to me, he sounded like me. He sounded like London. I met him and I was so confused. I was like, bro, why does your voice sound like that? I had to ask him. He sounded like me. I was like, no, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Because ultimately, he's got that London swag. He's got tunes of London, man. Like, so like we're always going to go for that. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of... yeah, I don't even think... I don't think... Do you know what's deep? Should I be honest to you, though? Yeah, I didn't even know, that Davido had an album called Oma Babalo. I didn't even know that.
Oh, so like you thought he only got like singles?
No, I didn't even know he brought out an album.
Yeah, he's got an album. Yeah.
With that record. That's how...
But he had some bangers on there,
Yeah, like the thing about Davido, is when it comes to the singles, like...
his hits. You see, there's...
his albums
are a bit...
No, I'll be honest. There's a Good Time album is a fantastic... That was the best Afrobeats album to come out that year. In 2019. Yeah. For me, it was like, in terms of like the hits on there, like from
That's
track
the
one.
He had Fall, he had...
Summer Walker, Sweet in the Middle. With them boys. With Zlatan and them boys there. Naira Marley, come on, man.
But
that
Naira's
whole album.
become big too,
You know what? Naira is like...
That guy has become some next...
He's big back home, bro.
Malians.
He's big back home as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's again. It's one of those ones you don't realize how big he is until you go to Lagos. Obviously, like when you're in Lagos, you see the impact. You see like the impact that Naira is.
Because you think he wouldn't make it as big as he has because he's come from London as well and then gone into the
but he sounds so fresh. I don't even understand his Yoruba. Like I speak Yoruba, I don't even understand his. When he starts speaking Yoruba, I'm like, what are you saying, cuz? Like I have to I'm talking like I have to properly listen. Like he sounds fresher than Olamide. I'm like, what are you even saying, cuz? What are you saying? Like you wouldn't even know my mum was like lived in London and all of that.
You wouldn't know.
He sounds like a proper Lagos boy. Like differently.
But then the thing is, you know what I noticed, right? Some of this man, right? What they try to do is they try to sound so much like people back home, because if you see someone like Mr. Easy, right? He's dope.
Yeah.
You know, he's big over here. But back home, people don't really fuck with him like that.
Why is that?
Because they think that he's not grassroots, innit?
Yeah, because he started blowing up in Ghana.
Exactly. They feel he's not grassroots. You know, which is the reason why when you see people like Burna Boy, Wizkid, Patoran, like them guys, they blew up in Lagos.
Yeah, they put in work.
Before they cut.
No, you have to blow it. Like, the thing is, it's like, if you're trying to make it in the UK, you have to make it in London. Like, if you live in Birmingham, every guy that I know that does film, entertainment, but they can't wait to come to London. They move to London. And so it's the same thing in Nigeria. You have to be big in Lagos. That's the entertainment capital. It's like, you know, if you want to be a rapper, like now it's changed to Atlanta, but before you had to go to New York. You had to go to New York if you wanted to make it in like, you know, sort of entertainment. So I suppose like that's the Lagos is that, and not even for like for Africa, for West Africa, you could argue. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So like maybe like Accra now, like the Ghanaians are doing their thing, but for me, I felt like for a long time you need it. If you don't break Lagos, you've not broken anywhere. You know what I mean?
Like it's gonna be tough for you.
My hometown. Don't know.
Yeah.
I was born in Lagos.
You were born in Lagos?
I was born in Lagos, yeah.
You know what, bro? Like we are gonna we are gonna get to all that, bro. Yeah, we're gonna get to all that, bro. Shout out to all the guys that are doing all their work and everything, that are putting in the work and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Bro.
You got all them bench, you know, just putting in their work. Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid.
I think, you know what they've done? Like, they've done a lot for our culture. They've normalised being African. They've normalised being, if it wasn't for them, they made it the coolest thing ever to be like the name of your podcast, to be fresh off the boat. Because all of a sudden, gal wanted to be around man that were fresh off the boat because they made it cool. Like them, no, do you know what? To be fair, the Banj started it. The Banj and Don Jazzy started that wave and made it cool here. No, I'm not even talking about in Nigeria. Obviously, they're doing their thing, but here,
everywhere.
Here, they made it. They started that thing where it was cool to be Nigerian, and then when the Wizkid and the Davido and that wave came, that wave made it so normal, to be going to a hall party. And like your West Indian brethren wanted to come to the hall party. Do you know what I mean? It normalized everything about our culture, and so they empowered us in a way. 100%, so like, 100%. So for me, that's why I love all those guys, because actually what they are is cultural ambassadors for West African culture.
Facts.
But anyway.
Facts. And talking about ambassadors, you know, we have an icon in the house, bro.
Is that you lot?
That's
me.
What are you talking about?
Me, Icon.
We've got you.
We've got you.
Icon. I should have worn them hats. You know the P-squared hats. Icon. Go on, do your thing. Do your thing. Do it. Talk your talk.
We got an icon in the house, bro. You get what I mean? We got a legend in the house.
Yeah, we do, bro.
You get what I mean? There are not too many people that I admire.
I love that. The man said the way he said it though. Drop that admire sweet. It made me feel sweet.
There are not too many people that I admire, bro. But fam, like I admire you, fam.
No,
because what we try to do is on this platform, we try to give man their flowers, fam.
Love that. Where are
you know
they?
What I'm saying?
Where are they? Where are the flowers?
You know what I mean, bro? We try to give man their flowers and everything because we don't hear that all the time. You know, people always try to pick the negative things here and there. And here
no,
and
it's
there,
true.
You know. Because that's the human instinct in them. You get what I'm saying? We are, as human beings, we always look at the negative stuff. The negative stuff is what's in the news and all that. You get what I mean? So we always try to give people their flowers and all that.
Love that.
Which is the reason why, you know, on this platform, we admire every single work that you put in.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean?
Still more to come, man. Thank you.
Bro.
That's what
just getting started.
Yeah.
You are a king, most importantly, a black king.
Love that.
You know, you came into the industry, maneuvered your way, you know, through a room full of vultures and everything, you know, and you're still moving, bro. You're still on top and everything, bro.
Thank you, man.
You know, and apart from that, bro, like, you are a man with so many hats, man.
Yeah, bro.
From a filmmaker.
I'm Nigerian,
You
man.
got me. You got me a few makeup.
Our parents had bare jobs.
Bro.
Like, our parents came to England and
You
just
know what
did
I'm
bare
saying?
jobs.
Working
100%.
three
Like, do you know what I mean? They did bare jobs,
You know?
and so like we have to carry that on. That's the legacy, you know.
Facts, bro.
That's that immigrant legacy, immigration.
That's what it
you move to a new country. That's
life.
You come here to hustle.
and that's not even just the Africans. That's all around the world. Whenever people move to a different country, they try to hustle and make something of themselves. It's a different mentality.
Because you know where you're coming
Yeah, it's
from.
a different
innit?
hustle.
Yeah,
Remember, I
yeah.
moved here. I moved from Lagos. I moved there when I was 10. And so it was like it's a different mentality. So when I'm going into my school and I'm seeing kids that don't want to learn, I'm like, are you all right? my mom's not even paying school fees for me to be here.
Imagine.
And you are not doing bits. Like, you not like school's not cool. I was thinking, like, what is this? What world have I entered into? I was confused. Like, these kids didn't want to be there. They didn't want to learn. I was baffled. But it's like, it's a different culture that breeds, you know, like growing up in an African household, growing up as a second generation, first generation. Well, in my case, like, I moved myself. So it wasn't even like my mum moved and I was born here. So like, for me, I just still had that. Remember when I was in school in Nigeria, they had like positions in class. First place, second place, third place, fourth place. You had positions. On your report, you had positions.
And sometimes they really
And so I'm trying to compete. I'm tryrying to be top boy in the class. Because you know what? At the end of the term, your parent gets that report.
Get that report, innit?
That says you're 27th. There was 30 people there.
And you got 27, fam.
There was 30 people in
And
the
bro,
class.
you are gonna get the beating as
You
well.
know,
fam.
do you know what I mean? So like, for me, like, I had that mentality when I come here. It was like, you know what? I just want to be the best I can be. And if I'm not the best yet, I'm going to do everything within my power to improve in everything that I do. And so that mentality, I suppose, comes from like having moved from Lagos to London. And that mentality also comes from like seeing my mum hustle so hard, like by any means necessary, like, you know, having several jobs. My mum at one point had I think 2 jobs. She was at uni and she was looking after like the family. Do you get what I'm saying? So ultimately, like, that mentality is only gonna breed someone like me that just wants to be super productive, you know. And I think that's the key, like, key to success. You have to be super productive.
Bro, and talking about that, man, like I said, a filmmaker, a director, a producer, a writer, an actor.
Click.
An
Amen.
You got me? A politician too.
No,
Like,
not
you
yet.
hang around with all these people and that, fam.
Not yet.
Nah, fam. You get, you know, from winning awards. And
This
everything.
guy's don't need homework.
You know what I mean,
Man
You know what I mean, bro?
a man said I hang around with politicians.
Bro, you hang around with
I know a
politicians.
few.
You know more than a few. You know, you only need to know a few.
You've won awards in the film industry as
No,
well.
it's beautiful, man.
You know, from Venice to Mars to Red Room to like taking stock droppers.
He's talking
Taking
about
Stock.
all the projects people
Bro,
never have heard of. I
That's
love
what
it.
I'm
I
saying,
respect
fam.
it.
You know, and the thing is, when people hear your name, they'll always go to Kidot Hood and all that, but they don't know.
That was the
There's a lot-
foundation,
there's a
though.
lot
That's
more.
the don't do. That's the like Emma Damiduro.
That's all you need,
That's
innit?
the
Just that
foundation,
one
you know. That's
opportunity,
and you know what? I never really like with those films. Like, I love them so much because like we didn't even think they were gonna be anything. Like, you know, they came from like a humble sort of. I was catching bus to work, like to go and work on Kidulthood. I was because we had to get there so early in the morning. The tubes weren't running, so I would catch bus to then catch the tube, and then go to work in the morning. So it wasn't like some Hollywood production, and like to see what it's become has been inspirational to me and has allowed me to like truly chase my dream and truly believe in myself. So like I love those films, and I still like, you know, back in the day when
how old was you at that time
17,
when you was
so like I'm 2 times that age now. 2 times. I'm 34 now. So like that was literally 2 lifetimes ago in a way.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and so ultimately when I did that film, I was a 17-year-old in college doing my A-levels, and for me to be able to partake in that film, that as I suppose that it's one of the most important British films, not even black British films of the past 20 years.
Bro.
That's iconic.
Bro, sorry, but when people, to me though, and anyone can debate me on this, when people talk about The Wire, you know The Wire, don't you?
Of course, man.
To me, right, I put Kiddo, that franchise,
Yeah.
on that same level.
No,
Because
I think Top Boy is more The Wire though. I
no,
personally
no,
think
no,
Top
It's a
Boy.
TV show.
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm talking about
The impact.
iconic.
Yeah, impact.
I'm talking
But
about culture.
I think Top Boy. I think for me, Top Boy is really important. We can't ignore that. That I'm not part of that, but I can't ignore how important that is in sort of British culture. But then I suppose like in terms of like films, in terms of lasting a test of time. Remember, Kiddo was just gone on Netflix the other day. Like I told you guys, I did that film 17 years ago, and like Netflix
only
still
just
want to
got-
put it on
yeah.
Netflix.
But that's what I'm
That
saying,
people
though.
still want to watch it. Like, do you know what I mean? I think all of that is mind blowing. That I'm almost in 3 years, I would have done that film 20 years ago. And I'm sure in 3 years' time, people will still be
They'll
going
still
on
be
about
watching
it.
it. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And that's amazing. That's why art is great, right? Because like if I did something else, which I'm not even trying to like say doing other things is not special as well for you, but in terms of the long lasting legacy and impact of music and film and art and creativity, it's incredible. Like this podcast, like, you know, you fling it up on YouTube or whatever platform you put it on, and it stays there, and in like 20, 30, 40 years time, it's likely to still be there. Do you know how powerful that is?
That's mad.
Do you know what I mean? And so that's why for me as a medium, like, you know, the creativity, film and all of that is such a special medium.
Yeah, bro. We definitely do appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Because with what I say is like The Wire is, you know, to me, yes, Top Boy is cool, but Kiddo Hood is a trailblazer, right? It was like a parent. All these movies that you see right now are the sons of it.
No, you could argue that. You could
know what I'm
argue.
saying?
Do you know
That
what's
is
a mad
something-
film that came out that no one ever talks about? Again, I'm not in it. I like giving other people their big ups. Bullet Boy
Bullet Boy was awesome.
with Ashley Waters came out about a year, 2 years before Kidulthood, and I just thought that was a really special film, man. I remember watching it and I was stressed, thinking, this is probably better than our thing, you know? Because I'd never watched Kidulthood at that point.
Yeah.
So we shot it and then it come out for ages. And then I watched Bullet Boy and I'm like, this is good, you know? This is like...
Yeah.
Fam, I watched Kidulthood back in Ghana.
You watched
I
it
told
in
you
Ghana?
that before, innit?
Yeah, oh,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
why after watching Kidulthood, I was like, fam, I need to move to the UK.
Why? Even though you
I
saw
need
all
to-
that crud, you wanted to be
I
part
just
of
thought
it.
it was cool. Like the way I was hanging around in school, like smoking.
You're like, yeah, I was
like
alive.
banging the. I was like, fam, I need to move to the UK.
That's
I told
mental.
my dad, I'm not doing uni
US,
in Ghana. I'm
US
moving
and
to
all
the
that.
UK.
Yeah, bro.
This is bad. A man said I'm going.
Bro,
He saw the madness.
That movie was culture. When you talk about culture, that movie was culture. But let's go back to the beginning, though. When all this started and all that, right?
Yeah. Go back to that just picture the you and Male and Pale now and that young Femi coming to the country. How was it for you? Like,
It was hard. I was fresh off the boat, innit? So, like, my first film... Do you know what? What's funny? There's funny things in life, yeah? Like, why we do stuff. One of the reasons I'm here today, my first film that I ever made was called Fresh Off the Boat.
saw that, bro.
Now, when I saw the name of your podcast, I was like, you know what? I have to come on their podcast. Because literally, you know what? It's so deep. Like, the first film I ever directed was called Fresh Off the Boat, and it was semi-autobiographical in terms of, like, it wasn't really true, but it was based on, like, sort of my experience. I remember, like, coming to England, and obviously my mum moved here 3 or 4 years before, and like she got married to my stepdad, and I came here to join her. At this point, I'd never met my little sister before. Moved to England, and I thought it was gonna be lit, like Sound of Music. I thought it was gonna be like Sound of Music. Have you seen that film?
What, singing on the stairs, singing?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like. I swear down. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like Sound of Music. I don't even know why. Like, I'll be honest, yeah. I think that was. There might have been a few other films, but I feel like Sound of Music, 101 Dalmatians. You know, like I thought it was gonna be like them films, like, because that was my Disney version of what it meant to be in England and what Britain meant. And I think actually Britain does a good job at sending a certain perception of the country to the rest of the world. Do you get what I'm saying? And so I remember being there and I remember thinking, this is not like Sound of Music. I remember like arriving, I remember then going, getting here, and my mum and my sister and my stepdad lived in this flat, and remember in Nigeria, you live in big houses, innit? So I come from Lagos, my auntie's house was huge. Yeah. I had a whole room to myself, massive. Yeah. Like everything was just big. Like it was just everything big. And so I come to this flat now, and I was saying to my missus the other day, yeah. Wait. I was saying to my missus the other day, I was waiting for the rest of it.
The rest of the house, innit?
So my mum lives on the 13th. My mum, like they just actually moved out of the flat, so I can talk about. My mum lived on the 13th floor, and in my head there would be more. There will be more. Like there'll be. Where's the upstairs? Where's the downstairs? Where is it? Like I didn't even understand because I'd never even really been in a flat. Because I'd been in office blocks before in Lagos, but I'd never been in a flat that had a lift and like I didn't even know what that was, right? Yeah. And so obviously people were watching this and laughing, but I was fresh, I was young, I'd never been abroad. That was my first time I come to England, my first time on a plane. Like, do you know what I mean? So then I've got there, and then my mum signed me up to this school. I was gassed to go to this school. She told me she'd sign me up to this school, and then like they tried to put me with like the English as a second language kids, but I could speak English. I just had an accent. Yeah. You know, like imagine all now I just had an accent, like, but they put me in with kids that were from. I was in a class in a group with some kids. India, no. I'll tell you where they were from. No, I know exactly. No, and I'm gonna say it from a real place. There was a Colombian kid. And there was called Caesar. See, I remember his name.
Remember his name?
Yeah, I wouldn't even recognize him if I see him. And there was a Bosnian kid because there was a war in Bosnia in '97, and that was when I came. Was in '97. It was always on the news. I remember there was a war in Kosovo and Bosnia, '97. So these times now there was a Colombian kid, and me and like they couldn't speak English, but I could. But because I was fresh, they put me in the same group.
Because you had an accent.
Yeah, because I had an accent. And so then. I didn't even know what slavery was. I'd never heard of slavery before in my life. Yeah. Because it's not part of
us back home.
Yeah, in Nigeria they don't market slavery. It's not part of their history. It's so mad. I think they should talk about it. But the fact is, as a 10-year-old, I'd never heard of slavery. I'd never heard of racism. I didn't know what that was. Yeah. I didn't know what it meant to be black. Because you kind of learn being black, isn't it? In a Western society. Over here. Because in Ghana, you're Ghanaian. In Nigeria, you're Nigerian. Or you're Yoruba, or you're Igbo, but you're not black before you're Yoruba or Igbo. Yeah. Because if someone sees you in Lagos, like, oh, where your family from? I'm from Osun State. Yeah. I'm from this state. You're not saying I'm a black man before you say you're any of these things. Nobody talks that. All right? And so what happens is like some mental conditioning. Because you learn how to be black, you learn about racism, you learn that like teachers can be racist, you learn that about slavery, this slavery. I didn't even know what that was. Right, you learn all of these things, and then you're thrown into this group of group of kids that they don't actually give a damn that you've just moved hundreds, if not thousands of miles to this country. And they just want to bully you because you got an accent. Yeah. But I could fight.
I bet you could.
How many times did you fight then?
I could. No, in primary school I fought a lot. I used to get in trouble a lot. And I was quite mischievous. Like I remember like one time my mum came and she was like, this is so embarrassing. She came from work. Yeah. She got called into the school because I got in trouble and I just felt so bad. Like, you know, I didn't like it. It was hard. It was a hard transition. Because it was like, oh, the kids start bullying you, then they realise you can play football, so they let you play football. Then they realise, then you beat up one of the big ones. You find a big one and you beat him up, and they realise they can't fight you. But they still laugh at your accent because you say certain things a little bit funny.
Different,
because you're not. And so it was all of those things, and it was. I suppose like it was like. That made like years, because I was here for part of year 5. I came in June, so really like 1 month of year 5.
Right.
Then
Fam,
I
you
was.
remember what
yeah.
month you came?
No, I came on June the 10th, 97.
You always
know the
remember the
date.
month and day.
Yeah.
I don't remember my
No, I remember.
Nah, man.
Bro, I
I
came
came
June
here-
the 10th, 97.
Bro, I came here November 10th.
Bro, I remember
know,
it. Bro, I remember off the
I
dome.
came July 27th.
Yeah.
No, you could never like.
You will never forget
But-
that.
no, but after
you
over
came
2
from
decades.
you
Over 2
you
decades,
came
bro.
uni. You were a big man. You had other stuff on your mind. You're thinking about weed and girls. And,
Bro, I remember me
you were
being in
thinking
the
about all
plane.
these different
Because
things.
of kidulthood and
No, you were
adulthood.
thinking about weed and drugs, and you had other stuff on your mind, bro.
Bro, I remember me
You
being in the
came off plane and you went to club. You didn't have the same experience, bro.
Exactly, bro.
You had other stuff on your
True
mind,
that,
bro.
True that.
No,
true
honestly, when I come I remember like June the 10th, 97, I landed, and I remember it was Wimbledon as well. I remember it was, so I went to, my auntie took me to her son's house. They were playing Wimbledon, and I'd never seen this sport before in my life.
that. Didn't know what it
No,
was
I'd
like.
never seen tennis.
Imagine.
Like, I'm not saying Nigerians don't play it. I'm not saying Nigerians don't. I was like, I
but
just
it wasn't
wasn't
popular
into
though.
it. Like,
Like, it wasn't popular
I think it
then.
might have been tennis or cricket or both was on TV, and I was just like, what the hell? What is this? Like, and I'm figuring out the point scoring system. I remember like it was Andre Agassi that was playing that day, and like I don't think I was just trying to figure it out.
What
You
the
know,
fuck is this? Yeah.
trying to figure everything out. Met my mum for the like first time in like what 3-4 years. Like that was a hard transition. Like got to meet my little sister. I was super close now. She was 2 when I came. And like now she's in her late 20s. So like I was super close. Like got to meet my little sister. All of that was a hard transition. I wouldn't say it was an easy transition.
yeah.
The only thing is that I just feel like your parents just underestimate that transition. So like African parents are not sympathetic. They're not empathetic. They just get on with it. Do you know what I mean?
They
So
expect you to
yeah,
just, you know,
so I couldn't really.
Compare it to here, I think, yeah, they're not.
They're just like, do you know what I mean? So like for me, it was a bit like it. Looking back on it, it was a hard transition, but at the time you were just getting on with it. And so then I think year 6, 7, and 8, I was still like, you go secondary school, there's new people trying to dish you for your accent, and you still have to fight. You're just fighting every day,
Every
like, do you know what I
single
mean?
day,
Just
bro.
fighting every day, like just for, and that's why I think that when we're talking about Davido and Wizkid and Burna Boy and all those people just normalizing being African and what it meant to be African, like I feel like maybe my generation were the last wave where we had to like have fake accents and like be called
Sound American.
they
and
call
all
that
that
and
thing, yeah.
but I like that. That's one thing I don't like about them lot though. All them Afrobeats artists, a lot of them sound
them trying to-
American.
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. American.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Should I tell you why I have a problem with it? You see, like, and why I've been to Jamaica a lot. Why I love Jamaicans, yeah. They're so proud to be Jamaican,
true.
and they
Proud
don't
of
change
your
their
accent,
accent.
They don't change it.
And like because
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
because the world thinks it's cool. Like, but the thing is, now Wizkid, now Burna Boy, now all of those people, like they're the coolest people in the world. But then you're not normalizing the African accent. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's problematic because
Yeah, but then though, can I cut you off on that? Do you think it's because obviously in Nigeria,
in Nigeria everyone has this American accent. It's wild.
but
I know what you're gonna say.
But
I
then,
know what you're
but
gonna
then
say.
though,
It's wild.
But then remember in the 90s,
Because they grew up listening to
hip hop music,
True that.
like American culture was very big in Nigeria up until
Even
No,
though
I'm not saying it's not big. The problem is American culture is popular in Jamaica, right?
But why do the
But
Jamaicans
they
not
still
pick
have
it
their
up?
accent.
No, that's
and so
true,
for me, I just feel like actually the next block of that normalization of what it means to be West African is to normalize the way we speak. Right? And none of us have done that. I remember trying to lose my accent. I was like, I don't want to sound like this.
Like my
I was,
man.
bro,
He raps like an American.
bro, I
American
didn't.
man.
Should I tell you the truth? I did.
The Jamaican thing, let's say they've got somebody like Bob Marley who was like very big. So just like you're talking about Wizkid and Burna Boy, and, you know, they're trying to normalize their accent right now. Like everybody's proud to be African right now. Jamaica, they had Bob Marley who was very big in the whole world. So it's very cool to, you know, be Jamaican.
No, I think you're probably right. I think that's a massive contributory factor. And like, but for me, I just feel like for us, we I think that's the next foundation. Like for that African kid to be able to move to England and not feel like he has to lose his accent or be embarrassed by his accent. And I'm not saying that's anyone's job. And I'm not even saying that I don't speak with a London accent now. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've been here for so long. But the point is, I remember like being 13, 14, I said, I'm not even going to speak Yoruba ever. Now, I'm trying to speak Yoruba to my mum all the time because otherwise I'd forget how to speak it. Do you get what I'm saying? So whenever I see my mum, she'll be speaking to me in English, but I'm speaking Yoruba because I'm like, let me practice before.
You caught the London accent quickly then.
What do you mean I caught the London accent?
You came
but I
at
was
10.
young, I was 10.
True that.
And so it's
true
easier,
that,
but
true
if you
that,
come
yeah,
at 18, you can't catch London accent. If you come any age after
Anytime
16,
after 15,
yeah,
16,
15,
it's
you're
really
not
hard.
getting a London accent.
That's the reason
You're from Ghana for life. you're like, allow it.
That's the reason why you see all these uncles, right? Like all these big
They've been
guys,
there for 30
Been there for
years.
decades, but still.
But they still sound like.
These guys today, you have me say I dey speak pidgin for years.
You know they hear you guys. This guy. What did they do?
No, but it's true. But
Nah, you need to do like primary school here at least. Or something.
no, but I think, but
You will not be as confident.
no, but even pigeon. But the point is, even pigeon, right? It's like we're not normalizing that. Do you get what I'm saying? But the Jamaicans will come, they'll just speak patois. It's the same thing, you know. Do you know what it's like? What's mad is like some of the words are even the same.
It's the same.
Right? And so it's the same thing, but then we are embarrassed by our thing and we just want to fit into everyone else's thing. And I feel like that's the problem. That's one of the key flaws in this, like, oh yeah, we're proud to be African thing. We're not proud of the way we speak. We're not proud of, like, we're not representing for
All the way there.
for that boy, you know, Ucho Elegba that can't speak English like me.
Yeah.
And we should be. Do you get what I'm saying? We should be. That's really
I don't
important.
know. I feel like a lot of us feel embarrassed.
No,
I'm
but
not
we
sure
should.
why.
No,
We
but
should not.
no, but
Yeah,
I get it because we're like that was one of the main things that people laughed at us about. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that the way we spoke and like Africans sound like dumb, they sound this, but ultimately we know none of these things are true, and we are all aware of it, and the people are now aware of it, but we're still moving mad and still a bit embarrassed and moving shy with the accent. So I just think it, like, for me, I remember like really trying to lose my accent because that was the main thing. Like, people laugh at me and all of that stuff, but then once that happens, then you're like chasing other stuff and, like, you know, and I was really academic. I really wanted to do well in school. So I got A stars and A's, and just because I knew, like, I went to London School of Economics, I studied law, like, you know, I did all of
How
that.
did you then branch into acting and that?
I went to an open audition when I was doing my A-levels at college. There was a guy, Noel Clark, he went to the college 10 years before me. He was auditioning kids from his old college, and I was one of those kids.
So they just came to your school and then they sort of something like that. Okay. But before then, had you done any form of acting, or had you studied?
I'd always studied acting in school. I'd always done drama. Like, it wasn't like I was like, I'd always done drama. I always loved it. Always loved performing. And like my auntie, I remember, like, one of my dad's youngest sister, like, we used to be at because I lived with my grandparents as well in Nigeria before I moved there, and we used to like sing and dance. She thought I was gonna be an artist because, like, we used to like sing and dance and, like, you know, they just played cassettes and, like, that was I'm like not even rapping, just singing like Fuji and, like, just singing, like, you know, like proper.
You're having a show.
Yes, thank you, bro. Like, so, like, for me, it was like, you know, I really thought I was gonna be like, I always thought I was gonna be in the entertainment industry, but I didn't really. When I came to England, it wasn't my dream. I didn't really think it was a viable career. Now you see, like, you can go on YouTube, you can follow your favorite actor on Twitter, and you can DM them, and they might get back to
They might
you.
reply. Yep.
How mad is that, bro?
Whereas when I was a kid, you could have I'd never even
was just on TV.
like, I feel like Noel Clark was the first actor I'd ever seen. I remember meeting him. I said to him, "Yo, you're an actor, yeah?" He said, "Yeah, I'm on this program, Alvinder's and Pet." Goes, "Okay, there's a BBC program." I goes, "Okay." Goes, "Yeah, I just done Doctor Who as well. It's coming out soon." I was like, "Okay." I said, "Are you making peace from doing that?" I said, I actually said to him, he goes, "Yeah, I'm doing all right." I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, I'm doing all right." I was like, "Okay." maybe I'll stay on audition then. Because I didn't even think it was a viable thing. Like, I didn't think it was a thing where, like, bro, I've had a 17-year career. That's what I live off. Like, I don't sell drugs. I don't do I don't, like, do you get, that's all I've lived off is like my industry. Like, I've probably worked outside of the industry for 6 months in my adult life. And so ultimately, like, you know, it is a viable career, but it takes a lot of hard work and perseverance.
How did your mom feel? Well, because you know how.
Do you know what? I was an A student. This is the thing. I was an A-star student, but I didn't stop being an A student. So my mom didn't really care.
They probably didn't care so much.
Because I was an A student. Imagine, I remember doing the acting. I told my mom I'm doing this film. She said, "I'll just make sure it doesn't affect." No. She goes, okay. I was just doing it. And then one day, she used to open my letters. And then one day she opened my letter. My check came through from kidulthood. And she was like, just make sure it doesn't affect your studies.
I'm sure when the check came through, she was like, keep it up.
She said, just make sure it doesn't affect your studies.
You know how I'm
It's like one of them, it was
Was it a big...
Bro, shout out to Mopsy though.
Dream to be directing and acting.
No, it wasn't my dream. My dream was to be a lawyer. That's why I studied law at uni. Like my dream, to be fair, my dream was to be successful. I'll be honest. I was one of those because I got A's in everything. So I could have done anything.
Yeah.
Like I got 2 C's in French and
That's
in
acceptable, French
in
and that.
design and technology, but I was doing foundation paper. I could only get C. Like I couldn't, and everything else I got A's and A stars. And so ultimately, like I could do anything at that point. And then I went to A levels. I got 3 A's and a B, and so literally I could do anything. Right, and so I ended up like going to uni, studying law, because I still thought that was viable. Like, it's still a viable career. If you can make it, you can go to LSE and become a corporate lawyer. Within and you get to a good law firm, you could, like, be making, at my age, like, £250,000, if not more. Like, a year, in an office job.
There's money there.
You know, imagine you're doing an office job, but you're making £250,000 a year. That's like, that's like you playing League One or Championship money. Not Premier League, but still, that's Championship. That's Championship, bro. To give you context, in the Championship, Wayne Rooney manages a team. It's not a shameful. It's not a team in the chat. No, it's not a shameful place to, like. Do you know what I mean? But you'd be making that kind of money doing an office job ultimately. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like it's not a laughable thing. So I really wanted to become a lawyer. So then and then when I got into acting, I really wanted to do acting, and I took a year out after uni to pursue acting. It was the hardest year, boy. I didn't make no peas. Didn't make nothing. That was when I made Fresh Off the Boat for £1,000. Like, you know, like I had a grand funding. So like, and my friend from uni sort of hooked me up with some funding that was available because he was temping at a council. And so he hooked me up with that. And I started my own podcast, Cut the Chat, which is a podcast that I do with my friend Ace, Damon, Lee.
You still do it, don't you?
Yeah, I do it every Tuesday, 9 p.m. It's live on YouTube. Like, all your people, tune in. It's live on YouTube every Tuesday, and then we put it out on all the different podcast platforms.
Yes,
So
that's the 13th disciple, JC's 13th disciple.
Come on. These men are doing their research. Now, I'm Christian as well, that's important. I'm a Christian. Went to church today, so prayed for all of us. The reason I'm late really is my mum prays for long, and so I went to pick up my kids for my mum.
All our moms.
No. I went to pick up my kids right at 5 o'clock. And mum was like, "You can't leave without us praying." And so we prayed for an hour. So then it was 6 o'clock. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and my mum, and so I was like, because I have to drop the kids off. Can't make it. It's just like,
Who else in this room has been to church today?
Shout out to Mopsy though.
No one else, just me. Don't worry, I've got the
Who else in
anointing.
this room has been to church today?
No, but he's got the anointing for us.
I've got the anointing for us, man. I've got we're all blessed. We're all blessed. Even from church and from Mumsy. Come on.
Bro. Shout out, bro.
Double. Everything is double. It's double, fam.
Bless.
So, what was the first check you got?
I was gonna ask.
You're gonna ask
Because you mentioned that when his mom got their check.
Do you know what?
Kidulthood.
Checks are relative, right? So like when you're doing kidulthood, you're 17. You get the check is amazing. Any money is amazing when you're 17.
Yeah.
Any money that's more than £1,000, yeah. When you're 17, it's mad. You've got no responsibility. You live at home.
And that
You're
was
fed.
time ago,
You're
that was
watered.
decades ago.
You've got no responsibility in the world. Any check is important. Like this, what you have to remember, like at different stages of your life, right? Different money is enough.
Of course.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
Now I've got a wife and 2 kids. Like, no, too much money is not enough money.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's no limit. I want all the, like, you want all the bag. Like, you get to a certain age, you want all the bag. Do you get what I'm saying? But like when you're 17, if it's more than £1,000,
You're happy. You're laughing.
17.
no, but and this is the thing. I'm not even talking about. This is not drippy 17-year-old now. You know,
That was
this is
like-
2004.
Yeah, that was
Bro,
over-
I
that
look
was
at this 17-year-old.
No,
decades
listen,
ago.
that was 2004. 17-year-olds now, they look like, where do you get all of that from? Like, I don't understand. How do
crazy.
your parents afford it? 17-year-olds now are drippy. Like, they've got like, they got rollies, they got diamonds in their ears.
Yeah, I remember 17-year-old, but
No. Back in the day, if you're 17, you are 17.
No, back in the day, I was 17.
Right
I was
now, they're
17.
fam. They are
No.
all, like,
17-year-olds look like rappers. They look like they're dripped out, and it's a different generation. But back then, if you were 17, getting a little bit of money, I mean, I was like, out of my friends, I bought my own car. I felt like buying a car, so I bought a car. I didn't even have a driver's
Oh,
license.
sweet.
Like, do you know, it's not sweet when you get stopped by police, but like, and you're studying law and you're getting stopped by.
Before you was in Nigeria. Fam,
No.
Fam, I tell these boys them, right? In Nigeria.
You could just drive, innit?
Fam, at the age of 13, 14, 15.
I know.
Boys were driving, fam.
No, bro. When I got like literally, I was 17. I bought my car. I could just do stuff in it that my brethrens couldn't.
Couldn't do.
I remember I wanted a laptop, so I just went to the shop and just bought a laptop. My friends were like even my friend talks about it today. He's like, Femi bought a laptop, cash down,
Cash down.
cash down. You know, like, and like I was just doing like mad stuff. Like I was just doing. We'd want to go out and then I'll just go shopping and back. I thought I was a star in it, like because.
Well, you was a star.
Yeah,
man. You was a star.
but I'm glad I did all of that back then and not now, because there's a lot more pressure on the kids to be a certain way. There's a lot more pressure on everyone to be a certain way. Like drip is everything. Like having everything's everything.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's a different culture, like the social media culture. Like your yard is a drip. Everything's a drip.
Mad right
Where
now.
you live is a drip. Your clothes is drip.
there's no sense.
Like what you're drinking is drip. People are posing with alcohol. What you're drinking is it's your phone's drip.
The place you go to.
Your whole everything
about
about
you
you
got to be
is commercialized.
Mad, bro.
And so it's a different culture. It's a different generation, man. And I just feel like it must be so hard being young, because I know who I am, right? So I'm not easily influenced by external influences. Like if you say, you know what, Femi, I just bought this watch. I don't
Look at
know.
them
Say
like-
well done.
Imagine.
I don't wear watch. You know, like because but when you're 16, 17, it's like, raw boy, my man's got that watch. And I was like that when I was 16, 17 as well. Raw boy, ooh. Like you look at the oldest, I'm there in my Fiat Punto. I don't know if you lot remember that
Yeah,
car.
cool, yeah.
In a Fiat Punto, to my brethrens, that's drip. But when I see the oldest, like, oh, my man's got a Mercedes. I wonder how he's got a Mercedes. I want a Mercedes. Like, I'm in films and I don't have a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And you're doing all of that when you're young. But then now, for me, I'm like so strong-minded. I know who I am. I know
who
what I
you are
want.
right now, cuz.
I know what I represent. And I've got all
know
of
where
that
you've come
defined in
from.
my head, right? And so I'm not easily influenced by what's out there, but social media could drive you mad. Like the stuff you go on IG. Certain morning, I've banned myself picking up my phone in the morning. So in the morning, I've said to myself, no matter what's going on, like I read for like, I read a chapter of whatever book I'm reading at the time. I'm always behind on books. I've got loads of books I'm supposed to be reading. So I read a chapter before I pick up my phone. Because I wake up, I'm an early riser, so I go jogging sometimes. But when I chill, I read a book before I pick up my... Because sometimes you pick up your phone.
You wake up in the morning and just pick up your phone.
You know what's mad about IG? When I unlock my phone, I just go on it. I'm not even thinking.
Y'all think it just goes straight on it.
Literally,
Twitter, you're just on
I
there.
just go on
Especially
IG.
IG,
Literally, I go on IG, Twitter straight away, and then I might check the football news. Then I might check my stocks and shares. I might check my crypto. I might check. Then I'll go back to IG to reload it. Then I'll go back on Twitter. But I'm a big man. Imagine what it must be like to be a kid. And I just feel like it's just, I don't know what question you asked me. Or you asked me about the bag. Like, I think in the past, like, in the past few years, I made a lot of business moves.
No. I'm talking about the first part. I'm talking about the first part.
I was gassed by every.
I
was gassed by kidulthood because that was the first money I've ever made in my life. I was 17. I'd never had a job. That's my first job. I went for the audition for kidulthood. I went for a job interview at JD Sports. I went for a job interview at Safeway, Morrison's. I went for a job interview at James Selby's, was a department store in Holloway. I'm from Holloway. So like it's a department store in Holloway called James Selby's. And I got the job at James Selby's. I got kidulthood. Obviously I picked kidulthood. The James Selby job was like £4 something per hour. You're saying fool, back then that was legit.
That was big money.
That was legit.
That was big money.
Remember, we're talking almost 20 years
when
ago.
I used to run up in that hotel, I was being paid what, £5.70?
Yeah, remember, it was like £4.
£4.50.
No, guys, I think I just threw away the contract. I just didn't sign it and didn't turn up. I got given a job, I didn't sign the contract, I didn't turn up. And that was the closest I came to doing retail. So kidulthood was my first job. And so when I got the bag, it was a bag.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? When I look back on that bag now, I laugh, because it was like, it wasn't even a bag. But when I was 17, and also it came on a Coots check. I don't know if you've ever seen a Coots check before, but they're big. You see, like the Coots, the Queen's Bank, the check is big. I've never seen a check like that before in my life. You know what? I have to Google it. Like, you have to put it on the screen or something, on the edit. Like, but like, no, the Coots check was big, man. It was like, let me find the check.
No, like the thing. I know cutes because the thing is my ex or whatever. Like she obviously works then. You got me, and she was talking about the Queen and them always.
Why are you looking at me like I'm supposed to know?
So like, you looking at me, I love it, bad boy.
No, I'm gonna try to see what they look like in 2000. I can't even see what they look like. But they, look at the check. It looked like that, something like that.
Like
it looked like a decree from the Queen or something.
I know, it's massive.
It was like a decree, and it was a huge check, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I just never seen anything like that before in my life.
And the time you showed Mumsy, what did Mumsy say?
No, Mumsy saw it before me because Mumsy used to open my letters.
Oh, okay.
When I lived at home, I moved out of home really young. I moved out when I was 18, right? But when I lived at home, my mum just used to read my letters. But my letters still went to my house, to my mum's house till I was in my mid-20s, just because I couldn't be bothered to change my address. But she used to open my letters. And then after a while, I had to tell her, no, you can't open my letters anymore, like, stop. And then she was like, why didn't I was like, no, you can't. And then eventually I had to start telling her, no, open it for me and take a picture and send it to me because I wouldn't get there. But like for a long time, she just opened, she saw it before me. She was just like, just don't let it affect your studies.
Exactly. but then the thing is though, because you're all talking about this whole thing about like your family, your mum and everything. Did your mum allow you to bring girls back to the yard?
I never brought girls back to my mum's house.
From an African.
Why is that?
You know what? I've got brethren that them African guys that their mums didn't mind because
Is it?
Yeah, because African parents.
You could never.
No, I'll be honest.
Girl back to my yard.
But
Never.
African parents give leeway to boys a lot more than girls.
Than girls, that's true.
No, they give leeway.
True.
No, but that's your dad. But mums, African mums, they let their sons get away with anything. But I never brought. I didn't ever bring a girl back to my mum's house. Not once.
Yeah.
I brought my wife. That was it.
Yeah, bro, that's good fam.
That was it. I don't think I brought any other girls to my mum's house till my missus. Like,
is it?
Nah.
Bro, I got into a lot of trouble with my dad still.
Nah.
You could never bring a girl back to the yard.
No, well done.
No, but do you know what's mad when you're young? Do you know what's mad though? What you don't realise when you're like 16, 17, 18? A hotel's only like £20.
That's true. Even these times, you can get a hotel room in Premier Inn for like
For
50
£50.
pounds.
At that time,
No, but
at that time
you don't have that money.
You didn't have it.
No, but you didn't think that. But like, really, if you plan it correctly, yeah, you could have got
You can
£20.
get it. Yeah.
This is, you know when you're young, yeah, you're so dumb. Like you're thinking, yeah, let me risk it. You just have to make up a lie to your parent why you're not coming home that day. Yeah,
That'll be easy.
yeah, and you just be like, oh, I'm staying at Auntie Kiniki's house.
whatever.
I'm saying that, I tried to go to Auntie Kiniki's house, but I couldn't get there, so I went to my friend's house. You know, my friend John, the one that you like from church, like but ultimately, like the point I'm trying to make is that there's certain things you do when you're young, you just don't think things through.
Nah, you
Of
don't.
course.
But I think then as well, we tend to associate like people. You go into a hotel, you tend to say that's a bad guy. You didn't want to be that bad.
No, but this
You
is
want to be bad, but you didn't want to be.
Bro, the
going
point
to a
is,
hotel.
and also the girl might not even come.
Yeah.
The girl might be like, why are you taking me to the hotel? That's odd. But ultimately,
girls are like
yeah,
that,
but
yeah,
ultimately, why are you risking like
Why you risking this?
going to your dad's house for your dad to find you with some girl
listen,
and embarrass the girl? The girl's not gonna want to see you again.
Fam,
True that.
I remember bringing a girl back to my yard. Yeah, he died in the closet.
Oh,
My dad came back.
this is
How
what.
he knew, I don't find out. He went straight to the closet, saw the girl, come back, and said, "Listen,
They know more than you think they do.
bro."
You know?
He said, if he gets you pregnant, he's broke. he doesn't have money to take you. He doesn't have any money to take care of you, and I am not taking care of you. So go home, bro. The girl
That's
didn't want to see
funny.
me again, fam. You got me? Like,
So I
she was
told
crazy,
you.
bro.
Hotel £20, you still be seeing her today. You'll be seeing her till today.
But Google, you mentioned football the other day. You're a Man United fan, ain't you?
Yeah, properly.
Yeah.
Properly.
So what do you think about our season this season?
You know what? This season has been progress. This season could have been better if Man U didn't drop points to West Brom, didn't drop points to Everton, didn't lose to Sheffield
any
United.
team can say that though.
No,
Any
I'm
team-
not.
any
I'm
team-
not saying any team could say that. Remember, we didn't lose. We lost only 4 games till last week.
Yeah,
All season,
all season, bro.
4 games. And guess how many games Man City had lost till last week, till today even.
I think they've only lost like
4 games
yeah,
as well.
4, yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying? But we were just drawing and drawing. At one point, we were just drawing in January.
just went on
In
this
January, we were drawing a lot, and then they just went on this winning run, and and they deserve it. So I just think like Man City's like been a better team. Like they're just so clinical. They're beautiful to watch. Like every.
I've got to admit, like,
Yeah,
I
any-
people like, come on, I know United.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I hate Pep.
like watching.
I hate
yeah.
Pep. Do you know? Shall I tell you? I hate Pep
Why is that?
because he's so good.
Yeah, of course. That is the reason why I love.
I can't stand Pep. I'll be honest. Even I don't like Barcelona. I can't stand Barcelona. Like even from Pep though.
Yeah.
I don't like them. You know, people love Barcelona. And I hate Barcelona, bro. Even Bayern Munich, cause Pep. Because Pep, wherever this guy goes, this guy's setting up his
good,
team.
bro.
He's so like he's Mr. Football. He's so passionate about football, and his brand of football, I love. Like
Yeah, he
the way
likes
it's
beautiful
attractive.
football,
It's
yeah.
attractive,
Yeah.
and he gets his players playing in his system, and he comes up with these systems. How's it? The way he's got Cancelo like coming into central mid. Who, like I've never seen that before in football.
Bro, he's a
And who
technician.
do the top? You know, at the beginning, he fets loads of flack.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
Bro, I've never seen that type of football before.
No. The thing, if you remember, the first time he came in, he had to sack Joe Hart, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to them.
Joe Hart at the time, and he got a lot of flack for that.
Yeah, but then they replaced him with a keeper that crosses from the start. The keeper can dribble. The keeper is like
Anything, bro.
yeah.
We're getting assist.
The keeper's getting assist, and so then you've got like a whole system where every player can attack and defend. Do you know how mental that is?
Yeah.
John Stone is scoring like 5-6 goals.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the top scorers in the season, yeah, Man City don't even have like loads of players in the top 10 because everyone's scoring.
They all move forward.
Everyone's
Yeah.
scoring.
Yeah.
And so like the guy just reinvents football, and I just think he's a genius.
Like, everyone's banging still and everything. But who do you think is gonna win the Champions League though?
Them.
You think they're gonna be?
Me.
Oh, you lot, what
Them.
do you mean 100%?
No, I don't know if it's 100%.
You can never say 100%.
Bro, I don't think it's
Watch the
100%.
Blues do their thing.
My bro, like yesterday.
Yo, that was a different ball
You
game.
still owe me £100, bro. You remember that, yeah? Alright, cool, bro.
Arsenal shouldn't say
My
that.
man.
He
My
supports
man.
Arsenal.
He supports Arsenal, fam. And he came to tell me, yeah, that Arsenal was gonna beat Villarreal, fam. I was like, bro, why would he even do that, man?
Do you know what? Do you know what's mad though? Do you know what's mad? Arsenal should have beat them.
They should have.
Arsenal should have.
Fam, that is the story every season.
No, Arsenal should have beat them. I just feel like, but this season, like, big up Saka. He's a good player, man. He's come through for Arsenal. What's his name? Smith Rowe as well. Good players, and Tierney, good players. Like, but they just need to build around those kids, man.
They definitely
Aubameyang's had a bad season. He's not like Lacazette's come through this season. Like, you know what? I've watched a lot of football this season, like a lot more than I would watch, and even Tottenham were playing well at one point. Yeah, they were playing well at one point. So like, it's been an interesting season. I mean, and also we tasted being number one.
Bro, for a long time.
For a long time, that was beautiful. For 1 week,
Yeah.
even a few days, yourself, few days. But you know what? As a United fan, I feel like we've made progress. I feel like the way we're set up, I think we should just sell Pogba. Let him go and be great. Let him go and be great somewhere else.
Yeah, I think so too.
We don't play a system
That's FIFA.
that suits him.
Yeah, to be honest with you though, I'm not gonna lie to you.
But we play better with him. It's weird. Yeah, because you know what? When he went off at Everton, from then we were just dropping points. You know he got injured in that Everton game.
Yeah.
From then, just dropping points left, right and centre. And then he came back and then went on a winning run again. He does something for the team that is definitely missing. But the system our manager likes to play, it's
work around.
because what you do, you then put Rashford, who's the best left-sided player, out of position to play Pogba on the left side. And then you put Rashford on the right, where he clearly doesn't like playing that much on the right. And then you put McTominay and Fred. McTominay and Fred are so bad at the attacking side of football. They don't. So, what's his name? I heard Troy Deeney talking about Fred. He said, when we play Man United, we just always used to let Fred have the ball because Fred needs to take at least 2 touches before he does a pass.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So this is what they've seen, like.
Yeah. This was an interview with Troy Deeney, who played at Watford, bro. Not a Man City player. This is Watford. It's small Watford have discovered that about Fred. But Fred works hard, right? McTominay works hard, but they're so bad at passing and creating, and you can't have 2 players that only defend, because then you've got 6 players whose primary job is to at least 5, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka rubbish at going forward as well. Excellent defender. No, but as in FIFA cards. They're not great. If you look at his assists, they're poor. Them FIFA cards. FIFA cards, yeah. He probably gets 100% for defense because you can't get past him. The kid can defend.
No, he can.
But I think if he can work on that attacking side of his game,
He'll be great.
he'll be one of the best defenders ever. Because I've never seen anyone tackle like that kid. But then the team, I feel like the way we set up is a little bit too defensive. I feel like if we can get more
attacking,
or maybe you bring in another central mid that's more
attack-minded,
or even just wants to defend, and then you free up Pogba to not, because Pogba's not a defender really.
No,
He's not a defender. It's like Paul Scholes used to get red cards all the time because he couldn't tackle. But Paul Scholes is considered one of the best central midfielders ever. Do you get what I'm saying? Pogba's, that's not his game. His game is to set up attack from the middle. And his passing is incredible. I've never seen anyone pass the ball like him. There was one pass, that's probably the best pass I've ever seen in my life. When he, in the World Cup, when he did this pass to Mbappe. It was so beautiful, man.
No, he's sick though.
And he's done it for Rashford a few times as well. This pass, he's just all the way from one side of the pitch. It was pim. McTominay's never done that in his life. Nor his friend.
He's too good, man. He's too good. He's too good.
But so what have you been going forward then? You think
I think if we don't win if we don't win the Europa League as a failure this season, I think we have to. It's been too many seasons without a trophy. So Villarreal, all due respect to them, we should be able to roll them over.
Easy.
I think do we need a new coach? Maybe, but they've just given him a new contract, I heard. So I think if that's the
I'm
coach...
not gonna lie, bro. I'm not a big fan of him, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? If that's the coach who they seem to like, that's the coach they seem to like. And why would they sack him? They've just come second. Or they're likely to come second, or at worst, third, yeah? Like, they've just come second, yeah? They just need to win one more game, or even draw one more.
Stay there.
And they're second, right? So you've come second, and then you've got Europa League, like, trophy, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So how are you going to sack him?
I know.
Because what are you going to get? Because Man City is so good, like, you were never going to win that league
You're
anyway.
not catching up with them.
You ain't,
Bro, like, I'm not gonna lie
what,
to you.
you
For the
see
next
that-
couple years, bro, I see Man City winning this.
yeah, but who?
Man City or Liverpool.
What? Chelsea have got the best
Forget
squad.
Liverpool.
How about Chelsea's got the best squad?
Chelsea's just building a new team right now, you know, and so far it's sick.
No, how about Chelsea has got the best squad? How about, can we discuss that? They've got the most talent, yeah. They've got too many players. They've got so many players that could get into. They've got Giroud. That's not starting. They've got Tammy
He's not even
Abraham.
starting. He's
That's
on the
not
bench.
starting.
Abraham's not starting.
They've got. Listen, they've got that Gilmour, Billy Gilmour, never starting. They've got all the small guys, Odson Odoi, not starting. They've got so many, and these. I'm
You're
just
not even
talking.
talking
No,
about
I'm
the
just talking to
Kantés
people.
and then
No,
the-
bro, I'm just talking about people that are not starting.
Yeah,
They've got Chilwell not starting. They've got all these players.
No, Chelsea get
No,
players.
he didn't start. He came on yesterday. This is the thing. They've got 5 players, yeah? They've got that kid, the defender, the French defender kid, not starting. They've got like a whole...
Okay, Zuma.
Zuma, he can't get in the team. They've got like a whole... They could play 11, yeah? Against Man U, yeah? That'll give us a run for our money that are not starting.
All the players you've mentioned are not starting, but they are top players.
No, but this is
All
what I'm
of them.
saying. And so for me, I think Chelsea, if they put out their B team, they'll be in the top 6. As well as their A team.
Yeah, bro, but
If Man United, yeah, put out their B team, will come 13th or 14th.
championship.
Yeah, championship, bro. No, I'm not even joking, because we've only got one team.
Yeah,
Whereas Chelsea has got at least 2 teams in that squad, and so has Man City.
That are solid.
Liverpool don't have 2 teams.
Nah.
Like only
Liverpool don't.
only Chelsea and Man City have 2. They have 2 solid squads.
That's good.
Yeah, but in the next couple of years, right, bro, I'm telling you, man, right, because I'm looking at what Klopp did in Germany, yeah? I think the next couple of years, it's going to be between Liverpool and Man City, fam.
I don't think
Unless if
I
Messi...
think
so. No, do you know what? Should I tell you the truth?
Seriously?
No, but I think
Man City,
Cristiano
Man City.
Ronaldo, I'm hearing, might be coming Man U.
Coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
I
I heard
don't
he's
think so.
I heard he's tired of Juve. That's what I'm hearing.
Is
I
it?
think you more likely maybe go to PSG.
Goes to PSG is easy. That league's easy, bro.
Easy.
He has done.
You see Mbappe and what's his name? Neymar. They're sleeping in that league, man. Go and play real football.
That's the reason why.
No, bro,
That's
should
the
I be
why
honest?
They keep on getting knocked.
Should I be honest?
No,
Should I be honest? I've watched that league, innit? The football is bad.
trash.
You
I know.
Yeah, I've watched it on BT
Wrestling is
Sport.
trash, bro.
No, I've watched it on BT Sport. That league is trash.
Wrestling is
Well,
trash.
Monaco is not even competing.
No,
these
that
days,
you see that league is not a good league.
That
Like
league is
if
trash.
you're a top player, you need to leave.
But I think Lille is about to win the league.
Yeah.
Not
That
PSG.
league is trash, bro. I've watched the league. I was like,
No,
what
but they
the
do.
fuck is that?
When we see them come up in Champions League, like play. proper.
And they always get knocked out.
No, I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
they're still up
No,
there.
but I'll be honest. But no, that league is trash. PSG have got a world class squad, but no one else has.
No, the thing about PSG though, which I told one of my men, I said, listen, the thing about PSG, they have names, but I don't think they have a solid.
They've gelled.
team.
No, I
don't
think
they have
you're
a solid
right.
Team, which was what I told him. I said, bro, Chelsea is gonna knock them off or something.
But the thing is, they don't need a solid team to be in the French
But that's
league.
what I'm saying, and that's where they are like.
That's the problem. That's the
They are like
problem.
one eye
Exercise.
Yeah,
you got me, bro.
bro.
They are
No,
like the
and
one
so
eye
when
thing
so
in the end of the blind.
so do you know what it is? Their problem is like they come in the Champions League. That's the only time they really face real teams. And eventually they get off-founded because they're not. See in the Premier League, yeah, you're playing top teams every 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Every 2 or 3 games.
100%.
Remember, in Premier League, you're playing like your team's playing Southampton. You don't know whether they're gonna win or not.
Imagine.
They come there to win.
No, but your team is playing Southampton, yeah. That comes mid-table every year.
But
You don't know whether they're gonna win
Play
or not.
Crystal Palace and
You don't know whether you're
scared,
gonna
you
win.
don't-
You're
Imagine
not
that.
sure.
You're not sure. You know, like you're just not sure.
They can fuck up your day.
Like you're playing Brighton. Was struggling to beat Brighton.
Home or away,
We beat them
you-
twice.
you're
You know.
not sure.
I watched it this season. We struggled to beat them.
Very good team.
You're playing Fulham. Pogba has to do some magical goal for you to beat Fulham. These are teams that are getting relegated.
Mad.
We lost to Sheffield United, drew with West Brom,
The bottom,
Imagine that,
bottom.
Right.
and the bottom. They've been bottom of the bottom all
Imagine
season.
that.
And West
Bottom
Brom
all year
went
round,
and beat Chelsea. This is why this league is so hard. Newcastle almost beat Man City yesterday.
Bro, if you get a team, right, that's in the same position as Brighton, right, in the French league, Brighton will run over them.
And that's the problem. For me, I feel like the French league is weak. The German league's all right, but
It's all right.
Bayern always win, so it makes it's a bit boring. It's not really.
Yeah, the French league's right.
It's just. You know, Spanish league is good. It's technically good, isn't it? It's beautiful football. Like it's you see people that have got techers. Italian league is like retirement home.
Retirement home.
You just get all you go over there.
That's retirement home. No, that's where you go. Zlatan still played. Remember, Zlatan couldn't hack Premiership. That's why I left Man
Bro, like, you
United.
see men like 40s and everything.
But thinking of it,
Because he couldn't hack it. Remember,
imagine the
he
number
got
of players that have run
got
away
injured,
from the Premier
and he
League.
lost his pace. He lost his sharpness. He went to America and then
Banging goals and everything,
came
yeah.
back. You think you leave the Premiership, you go to America, you're never coming back. There's no way back. When Rooney tried to come back, they lost.
Like that.
Barely got a game at Everton when he
Well,
came
I
back.
think that speaks to his greatness. I think he'll whack it here again in
Who's that?
in a smaller
Who's
team.
that?
Not Man U.
Is Zlatan?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Not United, but he'll
Maybe
whack it
Italy,
in
bro.
Brighton or
Maybe-
something.
No.
Maybe in
Right.
No,
Brighton,
but
Zlatan,
no,
Brighton.
but the point is, bro, like it's a retirement home.
Bro, like, you see men like that 40s and everything, still trying to play.
See that league, yeah?
How many?
That league, you see that league? Should I be real? That league, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even know if Lukaku's better anymore. Because I used to
Oh,
no.
he's the king over there.
I'm like, he's the king over there. I'm like, Lukaku's the best striker. He's a banging striker now. We might all come to the Premiership, just not work because it's a different type of league. No, like for me, the main thing about Premier League, it's a hard league.
Very hard.
It's a hard league.
Very, very hard, bro.